So hey guys, I just woke up and so I had to delete the video that I made yesterday. So I want to make it again. I'm sorry cuz my voice is kind of deep, but it's okay. So I'm going to start off by saying I don't know. I don't have anything to say. So if you didn't know, guys, I have depression, anxiety, and like a bunch of other things, but I don't want to share all that just because I don't want the video to be long. So when I was a junior in high school, I I had this friend that I didn't know she was a bad friend until halfway through my junior year. Something happened to me. And it wasn't good. So I used to, my heart used to go really fast. And so I went to school and my heart got really fast. And I told the friend that my heart was really fast. And I told my friend at the time because she was actually a friend to me before that, before like the stuff started happening. And then what happened was, trying to remember what happened. So my heart was beating really fast. And I said that I wanted to sit down. And I did sit down. But then, and I was like freaking out so much. And then after freaking out so much, she thought I was being, like, she thought it was normal. So then she laughed at me. And I didn't understand why. And then And then I went, then the bell rang. I went to my first class of the day, which was a theater class. I'm not sure which one. Oh, it was, I don't know if I was taking intro at the time. I might have been taking improv. Sorry, I'm really tired. And then what happened was I started hyperventilating. So I did go to the nurse and then got sent home. And then I was doing FaceTime calls with my other friends. So, and every second I would hyperventilate, but it was really bad. And I didn't, and I did keep hyperventilating during that day. Like, that day, and for weird reasons. And I didn't understand why. So then I had to go to get an EKG done to see if it was normal. It was normal. And by the way, and then I didn't want to go back to school after because I was so worried about it happening again and me having to leave. So, yeah. And then I came back the third day and I was okay. But then, so I was sitting, I guess, I forget what happened after that. And then it got worse because like I used to I didn't sit. This was in 2019, so oh, it was in 2018. So like, yeah, and I didn't tell anyone about what she did because I wasn't sure if I should or not. And then what other things she did was we started to fight in the bathroom. You actually had a fight in the bathroom. And And I didn't understand why, and things were being said that we shouldn't have said. And then the day after that, we didn't talk to each other. And then we did, but then it just made things really bad. And like even worse. Then what happened was she made fun of my clothes. And what was said was, oh, why are you wearing those clothes? And I'm like, I just wanted to be comfortable. Well, I didn't say this, but I wanted to. Like, I wanted to say, oh, I just want to be comfortable. Does it matter if you... It doesn't matter if you don't like my clothes. If you don't like them, you don't have to wear them. And then another... I'm not going in order because I missed some of the stuff. And then another thing that happened was she had thought that I like pushed her. I didn't do anything to her. So it wasn't that... It wasn't true. She thought it was true. And I didn't want to sound like a snitch if I told someone. So, yeah. And there was something that happened at one of the grocery stores. Something happened at the grocery store. Like, I saw her, when me and my mom went to the grocery store, I went, like, off on my own to go find stuff that I wanted. That's why I get the small cart when I go, so I can shop on my own. And I had my phone with me, so then I got like a text from my mom saying like, oh, you have to come with me because she's with her dad and she's in the store. So then I went over to my mom, and then I hear her call my name. And then I'm like, and I didn't know we had to leave, because then my mom was like, we need to go check out and then leave. And then after that, I never wanted to go back. To that store. And then the next day I went to school and she was like, I saw you at the grocery store. And I'm like, no, that wasn't me. It was me. I just didn't want to admit that I was there. Because for some reason I didn't want to admit I was there. And then she started saying I was a loser for something probably because of all the talent I have. Like, I can sing, I can I do things on the stage, and I'm a theater kid. And she got jealous of it. Oh, she was like, she wasn't she was jealous because I had all those talents and that she didn't have. And then and so I do teen arts every school year, and I was gonna do a song. I did my song, and then I told her about it. She was like, she got really jealous because and I don't want to tell you why. But then she was like, she didn't say anything. And then she wanted me to hand her the paper over and give it to her so she could rip it up. And I'm thinking, why does she want to rip it up? And so I got really upset about it because I had practiced every day before school. Not every day, during the week. And then she got mad at me for actually having to practice it. So she was trying to keep me from not practicing it. And I wasn't going to stop myself from practicing because I didn't want to even listen to what she was saying about it. And then another thing happened. She started calling me a loser because of all the success I have in my life and how everything works out for me. Yeah, everything kind of works out for me. And then there was another day. Oh, and then I had to. Oh, one day I had gotten a text from her. Oh. It was because I had lashed out at her. I was like, I started to cry for some reason. I forget what the reason was. But then I got a text. It said, "Crybaby," and I didn't understand why she had sent me that. And I got really upset after seeing that. I deleted it. And I would have reported it. Because I think that's what you're supposed to do. If someone sends you a mean text, you're supposed to report it. Just so you can, like, try to avoid it. I just deleted it. And so my mom didn't know what had happened. And then my senior year of high school, I after my friends, some of the other seniors graduated in 2019, I was still at the school, actually. I was still there. And I didn't want to be there because of what had happened. And I was very lonely after they left because I didn't think, oh, I'm not going to have friends. I didn't have a lot of friends after that. And then I had gotten... And then halfway through the year, my cat had passed away, and I got very depressed. I have a photo of me crying. And and then I didn't want to go to school one day because I thought it was going to happen again, and then it did happen. It did happen. I went to school. I was sitting by myself. By the speech office. I think it's by the speech office. I'm not sure. I really don't remember. But I was sitting by myself because I wanted a new place to sit. And then I said, and then I heard a few people did come up to me, but I didn't really like that. When I was sitting in the other spot, when I was sitting at the front of the school, I didn't like it when people would come up to me, like that, yeah. And then because either they would start talking to me and I wouldn't know how to answer. And by the way, after my cat passed away, I started getting so, I started feeling very bad about myself. And I would self-harm. And I was a mess. And I did get sent to the hospital because of it. There was a lot of me having to go up to the, office. I did a few things that were wrong, and I never wanted to admit it, that I've done something wrong. And I used to get I was really hard on myself too. Because when I would make a mistake, I would always get really angry. And even during yoga. And I would never fully understand it. And and then after that, and I would still be called a loser. And at the time, I didn't know why I was feeling that way. I remember another friend getting very concerned about it because they wanted me to walk in graduation. And I did get to walk in graduation. And I'm happy about that. And then I was happy about that one. But then when I saw that most of the students had went to college, I was kind of upset because I wasn't there yet. And I had this thing where I wanted to always go home after something bad happened. And and then I did have a time where most of the teachers wouldn't believe me. They wouldn't say they didn't think it was real. And it kind of made me like paranoid that something was going to happen. And teachers never, there were some teachers I had that never really like knew about it, because probably they've always seen me as a happy person. Yes, they have seen me as a happy person. And probably because I was trying to hide it. And they were like telling me that it's not real, like you're faking. I wasn't faking. And I would always get told like well, they would really I felt like I was misunderstood, honestly, because the thing with this, like, with these I don't know what to call them, the things with like depression, anxiety, and other like disorders of like your brain, obviously, most people don't think they're real. And that's mostly because most of them haven't like experienced it. And later on, I had written a note to my parents. I don't think I have the note anymore. But then I had, my mom had gotten me a therapist, so she showed it to the therapist, and yeah. And then now in 2020, it's all good now because we're at home. And oh, no, I'm not gonna show that yet. But back in like 2018, when about the locker room story. So I was in the locker room because I had gym. Like for gym, I do yoga. One time I did do basketball, but it wasn't very easy. So I was I was getting changed into my like gym clothes. And then I saw this one girl using one of those like jewel pens. And I went up to her and asked her, like, and told her, like, I want to try that. So then we walked, then we heard, like, the teacher yelling at us to come out. Sorry, guys. So I went out of the locker room. These girls were in my class. Well, in the class before that, when I did driver's ed. By the way, I don't drive, so yeah. I'm missing a part of the story. By the way, I met these girls and I thought they were very nice. And then they weren't. So I had gym and I was in the locker room getting changed. And then I saw this one girl with a jewel pen. And so then I was like, I want to try it. I went up to her. I was like, I want to try this. And then they said, okay, after gym. Oh, as we were lining up for yoga, I asked them again. And they wanted to find out who my real friends were, so, like, and I wanted to know who my real friends were because I was really confused at that point. And then what they said, I said, can I try it? And they were like, sure. After gym. So after gym, we went into the locker room to get changed into our other clothes. And then this is when it all happened. Then I heard them say there was one other girl at the already at the shower. And then I was with the other one in the shower. And what I saw was she closed the curtain. And she tried it out before I did to show me how it worked. And then I had a cold that day, so, like, I was pretty stuffed up. But and then, like, then she handed it over to me. I did put it in, and I tried it and blew out, and, like, the taste was like root beer, but, like, as you guys know, I do love root beer, but I didn't like this. So and then after I did it, I started coughing. My chest got very tight. And I couldn't take a full breath in. So we got out. And I went over to my locker. And then I started struggling to breathe. And I was very stressed out. And then what happened was one of my other friends from like way back said, like, are you okay? And I couldn't even answer because I was like trying to breathe. It was so bad. And then we went back to class. I went back to class, and then like I went to my class after that. And I told the teacher because of what had happened. And I think I did go up to the guidance counselor or the CST office, as we call it, Child Study Team Office. And I told the person that works up there, I told like one of them that I told them what had happened. And then like they wanted me to go to like the other office. First we talked about it. And then I had to go to the principal's office. And I was telling her how like it happened. And yeah, I did get suspended that day. But when I came back to school, I forget when I came back. But then what happened was, during lunch, I wanted to sit at their table. And then I said, like, can I sit here? They were like, no. Because you got my friend suspended, and then and I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't get her suspended. And they were like, you did. So they wanted to stop being my friend. And I didn't understand it, though. It takes me a while to understand things because, yeah. Because, like, I'm autistic, so it takes me a while to understand it a little bit. But, like, and I didn't want to sit with, like, the other friends I was with. So I think I left the cafeteria and went out into the hallway. And then, like, and before those girls have pushed me in the hallway, if you guys didn't know that, they have pushed me in the hallway. Like, I think I did get suspended 3 times in the year. 3 times. I had, like, probably this year when I was in school in 2020, like halfway through, before coronavirus, I did get detention. I got detention. It was no fun. But I got every piece of work done. So then I was out on time. So that was okay, yeah. There was more people there that had to stay, like, had more detention that they had to make up. But yeah, I didn't have to make up that. Or I did have to make up one, but yeah. It was pretty much done after that. So yeah. And then there was one more thing. That I wanted to say. What was it? I forgot. And then and if you don't know, guys, this experience has, like, haunted me in some way. Because I do still think about it. Just because sometimes I don't want to think about it. Like, I don't want to think about it ever again. But then I always think it's probably going to happen again, and I don't want it to happen again because I just don't want to have to, like, get mad anymore. By the way, I don't talk to any of them anymore. Like, I don't talk to that girl anymore. And during the school year, we had to, like, try to separate us two from seeing each other just because of what happened. And they wouldn't let me in the room after, like, in the room, because I do structured work base. They sometimes tell me I can't go back into the other room on the side, by the side door, because either she's in there or I can't, like, or I get so worried that it's going to happen. I was okay at, like, the Tim Tebow dance. I was okay there. But, like, she was there, obviously. It was fine there because there was, like, adults there too. So it was fine. But when we actually went back to school the next day, she had come up to me to talk to me. And I was like, and I didn't say anything. Like, I was trying to ignore her again. And I found this really creepy thing on YouTube. I searched up her name. I'm not going to tell you what her name was just because I don't want to, like, get in trouble. So she has, like, probably 3 channels. Like, one is the old one is the new one. I think that's what it is. But like, if you guys don't know, I'm on medication. So I'm okay right now, but when I'm not taking my medication, I'm not okay. Sometimes I forget to take it, and then I'm not okay. So one day I forgot to take it at school. Like, I forgot to take it before school because we were in a big rush to get out of the house. I ended up having my suicidal thoughts. And it was really scary because I didn't understand why that was happening. And so I did go up to my guidance counselor and tell her what I was feeling. So she asked me a lot of questions to get me to know me a bit. At my school, you still have the same guidance counselor you had your freshman year. And yeah, I told her what I was feeling. Like, she said that we're gonna work all together. We're gonna work together to help me. Like, she said we're all in this together. So I felt pretty good afterward. I went back to class and was okay the whole day. it was a crazy time for me. Honestly, it was crazy. Because I thought this was going to like stop during the year. And by the way, the girl that helped me with the vaping situation wrote sent a letter later in the year, so and that I heard that she went up to the girls and punched them. She punched one of the girls and got herself suspended just to help me. And I'm grateful that she helped, because we've been friends for we've been friends for a long time. In preschool, we've been friends, and I'm very grateful that that she helped it. Because, and I think she's very grateful that she helped someone that needed it. And I felt like well, now I know I shouldn't let people be mean to me. Like, by the way, if you liked this story time, tell me down below. Comment down below if you ever been bullied. Comment, rate, and subscribe.